I'm Nihal Kularatne from Waikato University. My passion for electronic engineering started almost at the age of 6. When I lived in a small country, Sri Lanka, in the Indian Ocean, during the month of May, there were some very comprehensive decorations done for the Buddhist festivals. Huge flashing lights, thousands of flashing lights on these pandals depicting Lord Buddha's life. So now I was trying to see how these lights are flashed in various nice sequences. Then when I peeped onto the back of these decorations, I saw a huge piece of timber turning with electrical connections made and broken in various sequences, where this big roller was run by an electric motor. So then I started learning the switching involved in these kinds of decorations. So that hooked me onto this thing, and I started building tiny models of those decorations with tiny little things which I was turning manually. And that passion came all the way into my university life, and when I was entering the university, I was determined to be an electrical engineer. But at that time, most universities in the world in 1970s, they did not have any electronic engineering type programs. They had only electrical engineering. So I selected electrical engineering and picked more electronic engineering subjects. Then during my university time, as a hobbyist, I used to build transistor radios, amplifiers, etc. for the fun of doing it, and some of my friends had my products playing in their rooms, listening to FM channels and various other things. So that gave me a very practical footing on fundamentals of electrical engineering. For example, when I was doing my university entrance exams in the school, I was quite thorough with the transformer fundamentals, which I was learning that in the university only in the second year, not even in the first year. So my practical opportunities and the passion gave me a very good start to electronic engineering career. Then at the end of my graduation, I was offered a university lecturer's position in a university with the option of going for postgraduate opportunity abroad, but I didn't like teaching at that time. I said bye to that job in 6 months' time, went and joined the airports as an electronics engineer, working on ground equipment like communication systems, navigational aids and similar systems. So for 6 years I was a person who was going deeper into these American or French installations in my country's only international airport and the associated area control center. So I learned huge amounts of practical electronic systems which were worth millions of dollars, designed by large teams of engineers. But when I was analyzing them, they all had essential principles of electronic engineering and related subjects. So due to my passion, I learned everything by playing with them, playing with instruments, fault tracing them. Sometimes I used to call it burning and learning. After my 6 years of aviation career, I changed my job, going to Middle East to work on latest digital telephone exchanges by LM Ericsson Sweden. After 3 years of that work, when I returned to my home country Sri Lanka, they were setting up a very large research institution named Arthur C. Clarke Institute for Modern Technologies, in honor of the person who predicted satellite communication, that is Sir Arthur C. Clarke, who lived in Sri Lanka for over 37 years. So when I was hired by that institution as a R&D engineer, I went back to my aviation and telecom engineer times with my trainings I received in United States, France or UK. With various short courses, I thought of developing my own short courses for the practical engineers in Sri Lanka. So first course I developed was electronic test and measuring instruments for engineers. So after 4 or 5 years of developing that course, I felt this course has enough material for a published book. So the output was my first book in 1996, published by Institution of Electrical Engineers London in 96. Yeah. From my very first book in 96, through my short courses developed for engineering community, for the practical engineers, I was able to come up with 7 published books in America or England, where the principle of authoring these books was to fill the gap between academia and the industry. After my graduation, I have a 36 years long career, and until my last 10 years in New Zealand, I was not a traditional academic. I was a practical engineer and a research engineer. So right now my theme is develop things practically, commercially useful, and with a creative outlook.